Welcome everyone to another music review, and for this one, I'm going to be taking a look at the origins of the very popular Christian pop artist Danny Gokey. And if you guys have heard Danny Gokey's music at all, but have not heard his original album, then you will probably be very surprised, as I was, to hear how this turned out. First of all, the album is called My Best Days. It was put out in 2010 by 19 Recordings Limited, also known as RCA Nashville. And I believe there are 10 tracks with a bonus track that was, I believe it was a exclusive track if you pre-ordered the album on iTunes or some kind of thing like that, or whatever. Anyway, it is. I was able to find that track on YouTube and everything, so I'll go ahead and review that too. But let's go ahead and get started with track one, which is "My Best Days Are Ahead of Me." This is obviously where we get the title of the album. It's moderately fast. Like a contemporary country sort of style. And let me go ahead and stop right there. For those of you who are expecting to hear a lot of pop on this album, there is actually pretty much zero on here. Uh, a lot of country actually, as we'll see. The singer appears to be looking to the future and not living in the past. That's basically the gist of the song. It's all right to listen to. I believe it, as far as Christian radio goes, I believe it was a single that got released on it, but it really, I mean, it really, I guess you could look at it as a Christian song in some perspective. A lot of country songs do have a little touch of religion sprinkled into them sometimes, usually because they're all from the South, from the Bible Belt and that kind of thing. So, but anyway, track two, like That's a Bad Thing. So this has got a mix of a country rock feel. The singer retaliates against a list of complaints against him and how different he does things. On the last chorus, he hits this high, uncomfortable note on the word live. That's really the only complaint I have with the song. It just, normally Danny can hit high notes so well, but for whatever reason, this note just did not come out right at all. But overall, the song is pretty good. It just, it's a song coming against, what people's different, people coming against your, the differences that you have versus that person, basically, and everything. So it's pretty good. Track three is I Still Believe. This one goes to a more contemporary feel. The singer is learning the meaning of faith and pursuing when things aren't clear. In other words, pursuing that same faith when things aren't clear. Again, it's okay. It's just not really much to say on it. There's not much to say on a lot of these. A lot of these are solid, but they're just kind of there. Track four is Tiny Life. This one is a slower contemporary style. Singer is trying to get people to understand what life is all about. The problem is that with the lyrics, it really only goes as far as the love he has and also the love that he has to give. So that's really about as far as it goes with that one. Take it for what you will. Track five is Getaway. So this one's got a little bit of a southern rock feel to it. It walks maybe some country in it. It's like one of those songs that walks the line between what southern rock is and what country is. As far as the message, singer doesn't want to be stuck where he is and wants to leave. There's no real evidence, though, that he's talking about sin. He could be, but we're just really not sure. It could be just really anything in life. Track 6 is It's Only. There's a piano start to this one, and it starts a kind of a country contemporary sort of atmosphere. The singer calls out believers who are living fine and do nothing to help those that aren't poor specifically. At least that's kind of the way that I took it. He could be just talking about people in general, people who say that they care, but in the end they're really not doing anything. But for me personally, I think that message really should be directed at believers who do the same thing. So I will give that song credit. It definitely kind of hits home a little bit more than some of the other ones. Track 7 is Life on Ya. So this one's interesting. It's a fast country sort of song that it feels faster with how the lyrics are sung, at least to me anyway. The guitar sounds really good in this, so that's another point musically about it. The singer talks about his life as it was inspired by the words of his grandma. The bottom line to the song is you have to do stuff for your life to happen. Basically, you can't expect things to come about in your life if you're not willing to get your pants dirty. Basically, it's a like country songs do. It's it's got a little bit of humor in the verses, but it's still got a pretty decent message to it. Track 8 is Crazy Not To. So this is probably one of the only ones that has a pop element to it. It's a relaxing kind of pop contemporary sort of song. The singer is unsure if he should love and enter this relationship with whoever it is that he's singing to, but when he sees the person, he goes for it, basically. It sounds like he's talking about a woman and not God. At first I was thinking about maybe he was talking about both, and you could maybe look at this as both to a woman and maybe to God, but words like when he addresses the person as baby and talks about kissing, I'm pretty sure that rules out God. So, because I'm not gonna call God, "Hey baby, how you doing?" or say anything like that. That's ridiculous. Track 9 is Be Somebody. So this is rock with some little bit of funk elements, just a little bit. The singer addresses those who do stupid things, just to be recognized, and how in the end they basically can't take the pressure. So, in other words, they're just trying to be somebody. Hence the song title. It's nice to hear. It's nice to hear a little bit of different stuff musically, like the little funk elements actually kind of add a lot if you feel the album is a little overburdened with country. The final track of the main album is I Will Not Say Goodbye. And just so all of you are aware, I have done a drum cover of this song. I did it as a tribute to my grandpa when he passed away earlier this year of 2018. It's a slow, very slow tempo. Slow tempo with some pretty sorrowful type of music because it's supposed to be a mourning kind of song. The singer has lost a loved one and is going through extreme pain. Is the the gist of it, and it's just like everywhere he goes, he's haunted by memories of the person. It's like, it's just he just can't bring himself to say the word goodbye, and in some aspects too, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because if you equate this song to what a believer in Jesus would know, based on what the Bible says, it would make sense to not say goodbye, because we as believers believe that one day we will see this person again when we receive our glorified resurrected bodies. We'll see them in heaven. We'll see them in the millennial kingdom on earth. So it does make sense in that context as well too, and really is the best song on the album. I went real quick. I'll just call it track 11 just for the sake of it. It's a song called "The Coach," and again, it was an iTunes bonus song if you pre-ordered the album on iTunes. It's got kind of a moderate tempo with a country feel to it. The singer recounts tales of an old coach he had in school who instilled in him some life lessons, and basically it's that, it actually makes for a good country song. Really, I can't go as far to say as that you could supplement God in the spot of the coach in the later part of the song. I don't really think you can do that, but even still, though, it's a let's just call it like a family-friendly sort of song. It's just got anybody who's an athlete who's had a coach like this can relate, and it's just a charming little song, I suppose. So that's all the tracks, and as I said earlier, or alluding to earlier, it's funny to hear a big pop star's debut have so much country in it, but really that's what happened. Consequently, his voice, though he sings everything very well, and believe me, he has a fantastic voice. But even though he sings everything really well, it just doesn't fit this style at all. He sounds like a city boy, not a country one, and even a bigger issue still is the song selection. Maybe he was trying to draw in some of the Idol crowd to maybe make the debut. I mean, then again, with the label that he signed with, it's a country label, so maybe that had something to do with it as well. But the bottom line is the songs hold hardly any subject matter to make the album a Christian one. I could call this a family-friendly album, yes, so it wouldn't be a bad thing if your kids listen to it. Are there good messages? Sort of, for the most part, but it's not a Christian album. It's more like something you would get from Rascal Flatts, because Rascal Flatts, some of the members of Rascal Flatts are Christian. I have to give this one a low score. 2.8 out of 5 is what I'm giving it. It does offer a chance for fans to hear Danny sing in some other styles. And, like I've said before, Danny's voice is amazing. Like when I get to his next album, which is really more of his Christian debut in a sense, you'll hear me gush about his voice because he has an absolutely incredible voice. This album, it would probably get a higher rating from me if I was reviewing it as a country album as opposed to a Christian one. But then again, the weak generic song selection, really, it doesn't even let it compare with other popular country singers. It's not that Danny did a bad job, it's just the songs are they're pretty base, they're pretty standard. There's just not much that's gonna put it on the same level with even those country singers. And again, it doesn't do anything on the Christian side of things as well. Really, my favorite song, I've only got one favorite on here, and that is "I Will Not Say Goodbye." It's by far the best song on the album. It's the only song on this album that comes close to the quality that he would later be putting out, especially on the next album. And again, I'll go ahead. I'm not including this as a favorite, but let me just mention again, "My Best Days Are Ahead of Me," I'm pretty sure did make Christian radio, so that may be worth checking out. And it's worth checking out if you're a fan of Danny Gokey. Again, just to hear something a little bit different from him. But overall, it's an album that I say, listen to it once, just, to say that you listen to it, but it's not one that I'd ever go back to, and I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't ever go back to. So that's just really kind of how I feel about it. Anyway, that concludes this review. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I've got a couple more written out that I'm going to be recording here before too long. The next one I've got up is Audrey Assad's album, The House You're Building. It was, and after that, I'm going to be taking a look at Jen Ledger's EP that she just came out with earlier this year. I'm really looking forward to that. And then after that, as after I get through those, I'll kind of lead you guys into where I'm going to be going from there. But for right now, those are the two albums that are on deck. I've got everything written out. I just got to get it recorded and edited. But thank you guys very much for listening to this review. And if you have anything that you want to share about the review, please do so in the comment section. Only I ask, be respectful, not only to me, but to each other as well. Everybody has the right to their own opinion. If you have anything that you would like to request me review, or anything you want me to see, anything rather you want to see me do a drum cover of, or anything like that, please let me know in the comment section. And subscribe if you want to. I really don't care about that kind of stuff. It's your choice to do what you will. I'm not going to beg for subscribers, but I really do. I work hard at putting these reviews out because I really want to let people know what good Christian music is out there and what music you should probably pass on. And so I really do hope that you guys enjoy these videos. And so until next time, let me close off with, may the Lord bless you and keep you. And as always, take care.